now Mr. Emeka is faced with an interrogative session by Jonathan. Jonathan cannot believe that the person he called his best friend is the one that has been his own total undoing. And he said, what was my offense? What was my sin? What did I do? Why would you come and do this kind of evil predicament to me? Why would you do this to me? So you are the one behind my total misfortune. You are the one. I trusted you. I trusted you. What did I do to you? Why? You are the one that has made me lose his best ever lover. The one that loved him for him. The one that cared for him. The one that showed him love unconditionally. He made him lose her, Clara. And now he's also made him lose everything he's worked for. Oh, what was my offense? What did I ever do to you? And he was just looking. He said, why? Why did you do that? You made me lose everything I ever worked for. Why did you do this? You made me lose everything. And that was how he was interrogating Mr. Emeka. He said, Mr. Emeka, how can you do this to me? What was my evil? Why did you cause all this havoc to me? Why did you cause all this havoc to Mr. Jonathan? He said, what? You deserved it. You deserved every single bit of it. I was like, what? What did I do? He said, look, thanks to you, that his mother disappeared and was ended. Thanks to him, because he made him lose his mother. He made him lose everything that meant sense to him. And he said, so is it because he's not paying his mother's, bill, mother's hospital bill? Is that the reason why? He said, yes, you deserve it. And not only that, you are also going to be totally homeless. You are going to be totally homeless. And he's so happy about that. He said, look, you gave money. You gave money for her burial. But when she needed it most, when she needed to be alive, you decided to turn your back. You decided to turn your back. But right now, why is this guy saying this? Does he owe him anything? He now looks and said, what are you doing? So because he did not pay for his mother's hospital bill, he now has to pay with his life? Is that what it means? He now looked at him. I said, but wait a minute. I'm not even your mother's son. Am I your mother's son? What do I owe all of this? Do I owe you anything? It's your duty to make sure your mother didn't die. Oh, yes. He said he didn't kill his mother. All he did was to do what he could. And why is that now his problem? Why is that now his fault? He is the son of his mother. It was his duty to make sure that his mother did not die. So why is he putting all of this guilt and all this blame on him? No. It's your duty. It was your duty to make sure your mother didn't die, to raise the money for her. Not for you to put that as my own problem. Why? I don't owe you anything. Oh, yes, I know, Mr. Emeka. He doesn't owe you anything. And Jonathan, yes, you don't owe him anything, but you were so arrogant about it. You were practically rubbing it into his nose. You didn't make it easy for him to bear. You did everything to make him feel like a second-rated citizen. No, we know that you don't owe him anything. We know that it's not your fault that his mother died. But wait a second. You could have made it easier for him. Instead of providing the 3 million naira for the burial, you could have just have helped him with the 350,000. And the woman would have still been alive. And all these things would have been saved from. Anyways. All of that is history. All of that is history. And now you have to pay. He now said, look, the most important thing that gives him joy as he was laughing is that, look, you will be homeless. You will be homeless, you and your daughter. Wow. Imagine that. Even as he's been nabbed, as he's been brought to book, he is still happy about the fact that he's going to be homeless. He's not even repentant. Oh, yes, he's not. He doesn't care. He has met his match. This is episode 53 of The Most Scary Marriage Ever. Tell me in the comments, ever. This is the beginning of the downfall. What I say, the culmination of the downfall of Jonathan. Yeah, so we're about to unpack every single thing that has gone into this. So please give a like to this video and don't forget to subscribe because I've got a whole ton to share with you. Mr. Jonathan, he already has embarrassed himself. He's currently with Mr. Ken and he just cannot even close his mouth because he can just see the stupidity of Jonathan that has brought him to the place where he is. He can't even know, he can't even think, he doesn't even know what to do because he's totally in a state of confusion. And all Mr. Ken could do was just say, "What?" Now, he gets back home and this is what he meets. But before then, look at Cheta taking a lunch break of mangoes. Yes, because you see, this lady already has money. I'm just wondering, what are you still doing here? You should have run away by now, but she's about to do that and it's going to be with style, okay? Now, she sees the phone call coming in from Debbie, but she ignores it. She ignores it. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to pick it, but she continues trying to take her mangoes. She sees it again and she wonders, what is she going to do? She doesn't know what to do. She's confused. But as she was taking her mango and as she was thinking, Mr. Jonathan walks in and he says, "Babe, we got to talk. We have to talk." And she was like, ignoring him. I said, "What are we talking about?" And then he says, "Yes, what's up? What's up with the business?" Because obviously it's past a month and they haven't received any deliveries of the goods. And she isn't even talking about it. I'm still wondering, what are you still doing here? You should have run away. But no, she's trying to maximize her time before she leaves. And the guy asked her, "Where is the goods? Where are the goods? What's going on with the business?" She just said, "What are you talking about?" Oh my God. The guy just talked again. "What's happening about the business? Can you hear me?" And I said, "I don't know what you're speaking." And he says, "What? You must be mad." And she says, "No, you are mad." Oh my God. She gets up and said, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" She said, "Look, if you don't have anything to talk, just leave me alone, right?" I said, "Look, tell me, what's going on?" And she just ignored him again. I said, "Are you crazy? Are you mad?" And she said, "You are the one who's mad." And she gets up and says, "What? Did you give me any money?" Oh, now we're about to get into the rendezvous. "Did you give me any money for business?" "What business are you talking about? Did you give me any money? Did you give me anything? What are you saying?" I said, "What? I gave you the documents." I said, "Will you keep your mouth shut there? Do you even have money for business? Do you have money? Oh, you're just joking. I've been the one feeding you and your family in this house. I've been the one paying the bills. And now you're asking me for business money? How do you have the audacity and the guts to even ask me that?" And he's shocked. He's shocked. I said, "What about the land documents? What about the house property that we used to mortgage for the business?" And she was like, "What are you saying? You're saying nonsense." And he pulls her back. I said, "What? You must be crazy." I said, "Look, what are you doing here?" She gets up and points the instrument to him and says, "Look, you better not try that again. If you're in your life, you ever try to touch me again, oh, I'll tell you that I'm Cheta. And you will not even live to be able to experience this again." And he was like, oh. The instrument was pointed right at him. And he was like, "What?" He didn't know what to do. He was shocked out of the waters. He was shocked out of his wits. And all he could do was, okay. What next? And the lady just looks at him and walks away. And he just cannot believe that he was just attacked. Oh, yes, he was just intimidated by Cheta. Oh, my God. Now the reality is dawning on him. The full reality has come. It has set in. And he's like, what? What's going on with this lady? What's happening to her? Why has she become so criminal? He now realizes that she had something to get all this while. Just like Ken told him. Just like Ken told him that, look, it's either she has gotten it and she's playing hanky-panky, or she hasn't found anything, and then now she's frustrated. Oh no, she's found what she wants, and she is up to it. Now we have these two waiting, because all they want to do is get their share, because they know she's sold it already. And now she's like, she's not picking up my call. And he's like, what do you mean by that? She is not picking up my call. And I said, oh, she's playing with fire. She's playing with fire because I am going to make sure that we go spoil the deal. Even if she's not going to get anything out of it, I'm going to spoil everything. And that's what he wants to do because he knows that she is the criminal. here. Not all of them are criminal, but there are some more. There are criminals that are more criminals than others. You know, when they say all fingers are not equal, Cheta is the head of them all, and they're wondering what's going to happen. Cheta comes down the stairs because she's confused. They're busy bugging her with calls. She's wondering. She has to go around. She has to leave where Mr. Jonathan is because she doesn't want Jonathan to know anything. She comes downstairs and she's still confused. Why are these people disturbing my life? She didn't know what to do. So in between, she was just pacing up and down. Guess what? She had to drop the phone on the chair, forgetting that is a source of evidence. She walks out, maybe to get something from the backyard, somewhere in an uncompleted building. No roof, no shelter, an uncompleted building. That's where they find themselves. And all he could do right now was just to buy a loaf of bread and a drink. And they're sharing that because they are hungry people. Hungry! The sun has scorched them. They've been walking up and down. Nothing to do, nothing to eat, nowhere to stay. And this guy is totally wondering what's going to become of him and his daughter, because the girl too is wondering what's going to happen to him, what's going to happen to her father, what's going to happen to her. He's just wondering, what am I going to do? He's totally out of his mind. He's totally frustrated. He's totally depressed. He's totally discouraged. What's going to happen next? Oh, let me tell you what's going to happen next in episode 54. They're going to get a kind-hearted person that will take them into their abode. Yes, they're going to get someone that will offer to give them shelter. That's the mercy that God is going to show them. You're going to see that in episode 54. It's going to come. You'll see that happen. But the guy began to cry. He began to cry because he looked at it and said, what mess have I brought myself into? What mess have I brought my daughter into? It's nighttime and she sleeps on what? On a cloth, on bare floor, nothing, no foam, no nothing. And he couldn't even sleep because there was mosquitoes all around. He was trying to chase the mosquitoes away, clapping his hands and trying to make sure that no mosquito bites her, but he couldn't stay up. He was so worried. He was so bothered. He started crying. He didn't know what to do. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. He's totally in a mess. I'm telling you, I started feeling so pain for him too. At some point, I began to feel tears in my eyes gather because look, no matter what, no matter how prodigal we can be, remember the story of the prodigal son in the Bible? Do you remember that? How he squandered everything. How he left his posh palace, and the king took his own part, took it and went to spend it, squander it on all rubbish things. And now he had to come back. He came back to himself. He realized his wrong. And now he came back to his father. That's exactly what's happening to Jonathan. He is the prodigal son that is coming back, that has realized his evil. And God will definitely show him mercy, if not for the sake of Jonathan, but for the sake of Benny. He was crying. And early in the morning, they both are lying down, and then he wakes up. Oh yes, as he wakes up, he was like, okay, I need to get up and do something. He now looks at it and thinks, what can he do? What can he do? And he was like, what? Jonathan, you have ruined everything. He was now saying, I'm so sorry, Betty. I've ruined your life. I've not been a good father to you. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. I've totally ruined my life and your life. What's going to happen now? He says, God, give me the grace. Give me the grace to be able to pay back, to live up to this reputation and to come back and give her a better life. He was just praying and hoping and thinking to himself. He gets up. As he gets up, he leaves her. He didn't want to wake her up. He now quickly went out to see what I could get 1 or 2 jobs to do. And he was just sitting under this place and wondering what's going to ever happen. He says, God, help me. Help me, God, to be able to make amends. Help me, God, not even for my own self, but at least for my daughter, just for the sake of Benny. Please, God, have mercy. Show me grace. Show me mercy. And that's what he was doing and hoping and trusting. And of course, he tell his daughter he went out, and now she gets up looking for her father. Where could her father be? Looking everywhere inside of the uncompleted house. Nowhere to be found. She's wondering where you have Dad, where you are? Where are you? She was bothered. She was worried. And all of a sudden, he walks in smiling. What has happened? Good news. Good news. Good news. Oh my God. So Dad, where are you? I was so freaking annoyed and afraid. Where'd you go to? He said, look, don't worry. I had to go get something for us to eat. I had to go do something. I didn't want to wake you up. I wanted to go do something, get food. And he was like, okay, just sit down. I've got something to share with you. He brings out a loaf of bread. He brings out a nylon filled with cooked beans. And then it's like, where'd you get the money from? He said, don't worry, I had to do some menial jobs. Oh, he had to do some menial jobs to make some little money to get food. Maybe he went to this place where they sell food and offered to wash plates or something, and they gave him food in return. Oh my God, can you see how that beans is looking? Yeah, opens it up and says, take, my darling, wash hands and let us eat. And then he washes her hand and shares the loaf of bread with her, and he was like giving her the drink. And as she was drinking it, the guy was taking the bread and dipping it into the beans. I said, yes, I know that this beans was gonna be sweet. This beans looks delicious. It's good. And then of course, look at it. This was the part that gladdened my heart, people. Look at Benny smiling at her father and thinking in her heart that, Dad, I appreciate this. Now I know it might not be much. I appreciate it. She was thinking, because the guy said, just manage this food, just manage it. Look, don't worry, Daddy, I appreciate every single thing. He said, oh, and she was thinking that at least this is your sweat. At least this is your own sweat. I appreciate it. It may not be much, but I appreciate it. And I'm eating it with relish. She was so happy. The guy too was busy licking his fingers because they were hungry, dying. They were dying of hunger. Can you just imagine that? They were so hungry early in the morning. And he was just eating. He was eating so hungrily, ferociously. And as he was eating, the girl too was eating, and they were enjoying themselves. They were enjoying the meal. The following day, he comes back in the same uncompleted building. She also welcomes him. And he was like, welcome, how was your day? He said, how was school? School was fine. How was work? Oh, well, it was quite hectic, but I thank God for work. Oh, now you can work. Now you can thank God for work. That's it. He said, look, please just enjoy this with me. And she was like, oh, don't worry. At least whatever it is, you are doing well. You are doing well. And I appreciate you, Daddy. And then he shows her that he brought rice. I said, rice, Daddy? It's been a long time I ate rice. And then he now takes the plate and gives her the spoon. I said, my love, thank you for accepting it. I'm happy that you're accepting it. Oh my God, look at the joy, even within the pitiable state, but the joy of family. That just shows that when you come to your low ebb, as long as you have someone that trusts in you, someone who believes in you, someone who's ready to take you for you, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing, that the love and the joy can still remain even in the pitiable condition. Oh yeah, this got tears into my eyes because I'm so happy that at least Benny loves her father and she's here with him going through these trials, and they eat to their heart's desire. Oh yes, he had to eat with his hand because he didn't have a spoon, but they were enjoying the meal. And he was thanking her for appreciating the food, for enjoying the food, for accepting it from him. And she said, no problem, Daddy, I enjoy it. And I'm grateful because I know things are going to get better. That's just the thing. And they were eating it with joy. But here comes the part that is a twist. This was in the middle of the night. Look at it. Look at Mr. Jonathan. He is shivering. He is shaking. What is going on? What is going on? He looks like he's sick. He looks like he's catching a fever. He looks like he's sick. Oh my God. Where's the money to take him to the hospital? What's going to happen? And then she gets up and wonders, what's going on with you, Dad? He kept on shivering. He kept on shaking. He kept on shivering. And I'm like, Daddy, please, what's going on? She gets up. When she gets up, she looks at him and she touches his neck. I said, oh my God, he's boiling like hot water. I'm like, Daddy, please get up. Daddy, please get up. What are you going to do? She tries to pull him up. No, but he can't. He can't get up. As she was pulling him, he falls again. As she was pulling him, he falls again. Oh my God. At a point, he almost passed out. And she was like screaming, Daddy, please get up. Oh my God. What's going to happen? Is he going to faint? Is he going to pass on? What's going to happen? My people, I'm going to tell you about God's grace. She's going to try to take him to the hospital. She's going to find someone to help, and we're going to find kindness. We are going to find kindness. And that kindness is not just because of Jonathan, but it's because of Betty. And because both of them have decided to turn back to God and ask him for help. And that's it. Look, my people, no matter how dark the tunnel is, no matter how bad the problem is, don't run away from God. Never turn your back on God. Even if you've been the bad person, the worst person on earth, turn back to Christ. Jesus can save you from your predicament, and that's what's about to happen to Mr. Jonathan. I'm so glad that finally we find love in the midst of this pitiable condition. But you see, God is here. No matter what is the turmoil in your life, you just turn to God and He will save you. Anyways, please, if you found this awesome and you found it educative and inspiring, go ahead and give a like and don't forget to subscribe. And then we will see in episode 54. Now we see a few months down the line. Oh my God, a few months down the line. Meanwhile, Cheta is out somewhere in the heavenlies or in the downlies, in hell. Because she didn't even die without even coming to the knowledge of the Lord Jesus. She didn't die with the knowledge of Christ. So she's definitely in hell. That's it. And then they were busy taking breeze outside. Mr. Jonathan and his darling daughter, who, of course, at this time, they must have bonded and gotten to, forgive themselves and things like that. Then a man walks in through their door. And, of course, this is the barrister. This is the climax. This is the time. Oh my God, time that they waiting for to take possession that Madam Cheta has given them. Remember, she gave here. And then his daughter says, "Oh, Daddy, there's somebody here." And he gets up and says, "Oh, sir, what are you here for?" And the man says, "Oh, yes, I'm the barrister that came with my client to buy this house." And the guy was like, "What are you saying?" He said, "Look, this house has been purchased by my client, and we gave Madam Cheta 3 months. I mean, Cheta gave us 3 months, and we're here to take possession of the land." And he said, "Look, Cheta isn't here. What are you talking about? This is my house." Meanwhile, you can see the shock on Madam or Lady Benny, because now the reality has dawned on her that, oh, those documents actually went for a sale. Finalized. I said, "No, you can't take over this house." "No, but this house has been bought. We have all the documents that was provided by Cheta, and we are giving you 24 hours. 24 hours. Like 24 hours? Like, are you serious? Are you joking? Oh my God. 24 hours to get yourself out. Everything has been purchased. You're picking no thing. Nothing will be picked." I said, "Oh, so I'm giving you these 24 hours, no negotiation," because that was the time given and provided by Madam Cheta. And he said, "No, you cannot ask me. You cannot tell me that Cheta is not here. This is my house. You can't have this. Oh, no. You can't do this." And he said, "No, I don't want to hear anything. It's all typed. It's all written. It's all signed. And that's the given. That's the final thing. Nothing." And the guy held him and said, "No, you cannot be telling me that you cannot have this house. This is my house." I said, "No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I can sue you for manhandling me." And then he had to drop him. He had to drop him because all he could do was like, "No, this is not happening. This is not happening." Oh, finally, he's going to be homeless. And of course, Benny is the one I really am paying for the most. I'm so pained for Benny because she was given this house as a gift. Her mother got it bought, and that is it. And now it's lost. It's lost, and they are going to be homeless. And can you just imagine? He puts his hand on his head and says, "God, where are you?" Oh, now you remember that there's God. You didn't remember that there was God all this while, right? Now, when you are in the predicament and wondering what to do, that's when you remember God. No, that's not it. You are supposed to live a life that is respecting and gives honor to God. But no, you chose not to. You decided to go the other way. Now you're calling on God. And of course, this lady girl is the one I feel so bad for, because now she's going to be finally homeless. Oh, the guy is wondering what is going to happen. Now he says it's finished. He said it's finished. Everything has totally gone totally wrong. Oh, God. Oh, God, save this guy. That's what he wants. But God has done everything to save you, but you refuse to take the question. You refuse to listen to the voice of wisdom when everybody was telling you the truth. But no, you decided to follow your own path. Now it's the following day, and Benny's asking, "What are we going to do, Daddy? What are we going to do? They're coming for us today." And the guy is just totally confused. He doesn't know what to do. He's totally confused. He's numb. He says, "I don't know what to do." He said, "But Daddy, we need to think fast. They're coming today." He said, "But what am I going to do? I totally do not know what to do. Do you have any ideas?" He said, "Well, have you called Mr. Ken? Maybe Mr. Ken can provide some solution. He said, well, Ken is currently out of the country. Previously, for a short period of time, and I've tried to call him. No way to get through to him. And I said, but we cannot right now depend on anybody. Look, what are we going to do? I have no ideas. She now said, well, maybe at this time, we need to sell our properties. I said, what? It's like you don't understand what is going on here. There's nothing to sell. Nothing. Every single thing in this house has been sold. So we cannot even pick a pin. And she was like, what? Are you telling me that Cheta sold the entire thing in this house? All the properties, all the items here? He said, yes, that's it. Everything is gone. Nothing to pick. And the girl started crying. Because at this point, all they can take out of that place are their clothes. Finish. That's all. And that is what has happened right now. Look at what happened right now. The owner has come. The barrister is here. And all they could do was pack their clothes into a bag. That was all they could take out of this big house. Listen to me. Listen to me. They could not take any other thing from this house apart from their clothes. Can you see what Big Joe has done to ruin his life or the life of his child? Look at it. With everything that was told, he did not listen. Now he's been sent out of the house he lived in. He's been sent out of the house that even his wife bought for his daughter. Can you just imagine that? They are now rendered homeless and they have to go to the streets. Can you see after dropping the big heavy bags somewhere under the tree or something, they are walking around aimlessly looking for where to stay. No place to stay. The guy is tired. The girl is tired. They're hungry. And you can see that the sun is scorching. Look at it. And they don't know what to do. They just have to go get some shade. And that's it. They are totally wondering what's going to happen. What's going to happen? The guy says he doesn't even have a single dime on him. Not even a cupboard. Not even a part. Not even a fart. Nothing. And the girl says, well, what are we going to do now? He said, well, I have an account, but the account it's actually a fixed account that my mom opened for me, but I have no access to it. And so how's that going to solve the problem? How's that going to solve the problem? The guy just wondered, what are we going to do? The guy's fed up. He's tired. He's frustrated. All he can do right now was to look at his daughter and just wonder. He just had to hug her because there's nothing else he has in this world apart from Betty. Now they have to face life together. And he says, we will be okay. At least he said that. At least he said that they will be okay. He doesn't know what else is going to happen. He has no idea what to do. But one thing he said was that they will be all right. And that's my prayer for them. That's my prayer for Benny. That's my prayer for the father. Because at this point, nothing else can suffice. No money, no food, no accommodation, no house, and only them. And this is the time when you face God and look at God and Lord, I don't have any other thing to do. No other thing, no other option. Sometimes we get to our wit's end where we have no other option than to turn to God. And that is the position where Mr. Jonathan is. He has no other option, people, than to look at God. And I believe that God will still have mercy because of Benny. Because of Benny. If it was for the purpose of Jonathan himself, most of us would never even care about that. But look at this girl. Just for the purpose of this girl. Just for the purpose of this girl. Not to suffer because he has practically ruined her life. Mr. Jonathan comes down the stairs. As he was coming down the stairs, the phone was ringing. What? This is the time of revelation. Oh my God, give this a like because I'm telling you, we're about to enter the zone of revelation. Yeah. He sees a call and he wonders, where is Cheta? Nowhere to be found. He now looks and sees that it's Debbie. Oh my God. Like, Debbie? What has Debbie got to do with Cheta? And why call it? He now picks the phone, looks at it and wonders to himself, what's the connection? Why is she calling her? Is she calling her to say hi? Or do they have anything else in common? Oh, you will be shocked. You will be shocked. He now looks around to be sure that she's not coming because he knows that she can bring something, another instrument and deal with him. He now turns on the phone. He picks the call, places it near his ears without saying anything. And then Lady Debbie says, what? Why are you not taking my calls, Cheta? Why are you not taking my calls? Why are you not picking my calls? Myself and Emeka are here. We are waiting for you. You haven't brought the share. You have sold, you've given him wrong documents and fake documents. That's why he couldn't sell. And that's why he was attacked. Why haven't you brought our own share? We are waiting for our share. And he was like, oh, what is this? This lady has done this magnitude of evil to me. He cannot believe his ears. He doesn't know what to say. Meanwhile, Debbie's on the other side asking, are you there, Cheta? Are you there, Cheta? He went and checked other missed calls. He went to check and he heard the voice note that, look, you have sold this house and this land. We know that. We want our own papers. We want our own share. And he cannot just even imagine this, that the person he has been living with has been the enemy. He has refused to acknowledge every single thing that Ken has said and every single thing that his daughter has said. Now we can see. He can see, he now sees the light of the truth, that these are evil people. But well, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Look at it. Look at Cheta trying to run away. Takes out her suitcase because now she knows they are coming for her. But she doesn't know that they're close by. She tries to take the box away and then takes it to the car, puts it inside of the car, tries to close the door. Then of course she's now coming to enter into the car to run away. But what happened? Look at it. Look at it. They were actually waiting for her. They saw all the drama, how she was bringing the box, how she was coming to the car, and see, they were just waiting outside the house for her. Oh my God. See how they have been able to catch up with her. That's Nemesis. Nemesis has just happened. And then they come. As they were coming, Lady Debbie holds an instrument. As she was holding the instrument, she brings it close to her. And then Mr. Emeka says, oh, are you going out? Where are you running to? You think you can come here and you think you can run away from us? You have just scammed us and you want to run away? Nothing will ever happen. And she's like, what's going on here? What's going on here? And then he said, oh, you cannot run away. You can't run away. You have us to contend with. And guess what? As she was looking, Lady Debbie says, what nonsense? You think you can run away? Oh, hello, good old friend. I am here to let you know it's nice doing business with you. And do you know what she did? She did it. She did it. And that was it. And then when she did it, she said, now, that is it. Have a nice trip. After she did what she did, you know what I'm telling you? She pulled it up. She pulled it up, and that was it. You know what I'm talking about? And then she was gone. Oh my God. She disappeared. She ended her. Oh my God. And that was it. Can you just imagine? So what's going to happen to all the money? What's going to happen to all the money in the bank? The bank is going to take the money. The money belongs to nobody now. Because Cheta has eaten the money. The money has entered her account, and now she's been ended. So what's going to happen to the money? The money is gone. Oh my God. And she said, oh, it was nice doing business. Look at it. They now started moving. And as they were moving, people, you didn't know. They didn't know that Nemesis was about to catch up with them. And then the vehicle stops right in front of them. And the police come out and tells them, get out of the car right now. Get out of the car. You have been apprehended. See, because Mr. Jonathan quickly ran to Kennedy to go get the police because he didn't want her to escape. But it's too late. Cheta is gone. Cheta is gone. But these two villains are now being caught. Oh my God. They tell them to come out. They come out. And Mr. Jonathan cannot believe it. He cannot believe that his best friend, Mr. Emeka, is the one who has been the architect of his total misfortune. Even closer now, Mr. Emeka, time is up. Your time is finally up. And now look at them. Look at them. Their hands up high. They can't do anything. They were about to spoil. They spoiled the business. They tried to end her life. If I not try, they ended it. And now they are now being ended. Oh my God. Look at it. Look at it. That's it. Whatever you sow, you shall definitely reap. And that's what's happening now. But you see, that's just it. But why should it have taken this long? Mr. Jonathan, you should have realized that this guy doesn't have your good interest. And he's wondering, oh my God, so you are the one. Why would you do this evil to me? He's still trying to grapple with the fact that his best friend is his total enemy. And he cannot just imagine it. He said, oh, Debbie, you too? Oh my God, that's a terrible one. He now says, face it back and go. He said, oh, so Debbie, you can be this demonic. I cannot believe that you are this demonic. Oh, sorry. And now Mr. Emeka and Miss Debbie have been joined in holy matrimony by the handcuffs. And here they go to the police station because they've got to face the law. Finally, you guys can see they have been brought to book. Yes, that which you have been asking for has finally happened. You can see that they've now been bound by marriage of the prison yard. If you're happy about this, go ahead and give a like to this video. Give a like to this video and don't forget to subscribe because finally the villains have been apprehended. That's it. And they don't have any choice. Can you see how they're marching down the aisle, down to the prison yard and said, enter the car, it's time to go. And they enter the car. Oh my God, taken to their final destination.